Hello friends, so in this tutorial we will see how the login how to set up a login form using foreach to be Smarty, right? So we have already created this login form, so we'll just see to where it is going. It goes to user slash login, right? So we'll go to the user controller. I just close the other pages, so it might be confusing to you. Okay, confusing to me. Okay, coming to user slash login. So what I'm saying is, with this we have already written this code, right? If it should confirm whether the username exists and password also is required and alphanumeric. Wonderful. So if the input has succeeded the validation, then we will have a output as validation successful. If not, it will redirect back, right? So just go here and then check. Yeah, validation is going to successful. Right now, if there is any username which is not set into it, we will have a result as the username does not match with our records, right? So I'll just click it over here and here for each Smarty, and this will be password, right? So we need to compare the received password and the user entered password, right? So for which we will have a we'll call the variable again, go to the model again, right? um, so you can directly actually call the PDO database class, or it's always better to go with the uh, model based function. So get password equals user login, right? So you are telling to pass the password, or you can say check password, right? So in the model, go to the model, right? So you need to fetch the password uh, from the table. So public static function login, right? So this is the model variable, right? So here we are going to get the value. So to get the value, here it is, right? So here are different set of getting the functions, right? So we want only the password, so we'll take this one, right? So if you use this syntax, it will retrieve you all the values. If you use this syntax, it will retrieve only the specific column values, right? So if we just take it over here, right? So dollar get underscore password equals database w's to get, and give the db parameters. It's main, right? So what are the columns you need to get is username. So you need to get the username and password. So you will understand why, because if the username matches the password, then we will say we will save this username in the session variable, right? So table will be users, and condition is where password equals, make it a question mark, and this should be data. This should be an array of $ post of password, alright, fine. So it should check the password and should return this value, right? Because username, yeah, username equals, sorry, should be username, right? Should be username equals username, right? So you don't want to username, but it's okay, right? So this will return the echo, not echo, print underscore or dollar underscore get of, sorry, dollar get of password, right? Right. So we are saying that get the password where username equals dollar underscore post of username, right? So we don't have any other function over here. Yeah. So we'll just say it. Yeah. So it returns the password, right? So just go here. You see DOD C580, right? So DOD C580. It is stored under array of password with 0 as index, right? So come back to the model, right? So we'll tell password to check, right? So to check the password we have a class, right? So the class is mentioned over here. You need to use password double is to equals, right? So we will say password double is to equals. So this class will be, you need to send the password value and the hashed value, right? So dollar underscore post of password comma dollar get underscore password of, as I told before, the password is stored in a array called password with index of 0, right? Right. So if we check, so here this will be check underscore password, no, right? So echo check underscore password, right? Well and good. So here we will type it as, so some other value, so I should get as false, something wrong, sorry. Okay. So that is false, so we are not getting anything. So if it is true, we'll get 1. Yeah, so the password matches, right? So don't this is another class which was not set there, right? So this check password will set true, right? So if it is set true, if dollar check underscore password is set true, then we will say session right? So we will say the session username should be set, right? So session ws2 right equals, so you can write this username or $_ get. If they have their first name, then call their first name from here and then set it as here, right? Username, and then return. Okay, so just here, so return $check underscore password. So if it is true, it will return true. If it is false, it will return false, right? So not right. So $check underscore password will say redirect to welcome, right? User slash welcome. We'll tell them to redirect to user slash welcome, else we'll tell them redirect back with a error as username password did not match, right? So here you will say username and password did not match, right? So we will say redirect back, redirect back. Okay, so here we don't have anything. So if everything goes fine, we will say user to welcome, right? Fine. So let's check with the password, wrong password first, right? So just type a wrong password, can't use return value in right context. This is in user model. Okay, find something wrong in the user model. Let me check it out. Right, so this will be fine. Just give me a minute. Right, so this is a class actually, so should not give it a comma here, right? So should not be equals, right? So this is the session variable is the username, and this is the session value, right? So we will give a wrong value here, right? We are getting username and password did not match. Fine. So which means we are getting a false variable, and if username and password matches, I need to say to go to user slash welcome, right? So here I will set another function called public function. What is it called? Public function welcome, right? So here I would preferably take this one, right? So return uw to render user slash welcome with a message $Smarty as login successful, right? So just make it and then create a Smarty variable as message, which is equal to login successful LCSSFEL, right? So just go to index.html, we'll create another file, sorry, in user.html I'll create another file new file as um, it's register not welcome.html, right? So I just copy the code, right? So from somewhere else I just copy the code and then paste it here, right? And then I'll just delete these form values. I don't want the form values over here, right? This HTML link also, right? So and I'll call the username, right? Session w2 read of username, right? So that's the value we wrote it to the session variable here, right? So we have we have initialized the session variable with username, so we will just use it, right? Remember, it should be under no cage function, and user hello strong, just make it strong, right? So it will be bold /strong, right? So just say password. So what we didn't do is we didn't set the page variable here, so we'll just go here, app page, just make it user /welcome, and then we will say welcome, right? So just give a login, yeah. So we are getting our message hello with the username, right? So with this we have completing this one, and what else is missing is yeah, in the next tutorial we will see how to use reset password and forgot password option, right? So I was supposed to say something, yeah. And before that we will let's forget it about it for time being, and then we'll use the password forgot password option, and after that we will go to the rest, right? Thanks.